I just watched something about masculinity, like a trailer for something called The Mask You Wear, and parts of it spoke to me in that way that it's like, oh, this is relevant to my interests, right? But I hated it. I hated it. It started out with this montage of little boys being told, man up, like grow some balls, get laid, da da da, as though these are the influences, that these are the reasons that masculine culture is sick. As someone who didn't hear any of that for a long time, nothing like it. It's like be a rational person. Be um, able to explain your point of view. Be able to listen to others. That's overwhelmingly what I got. And yet I am not free from the mm, necessity of expressing dominance, of being powerful through dominance and control, the um, love hate relationship with aggression and threatening actions. I have just as many of the typical uh, masculine urges that are simply inappropriate for society. And we say we have a cultural problem, but I think we have more of a biological problem because our biology lacks the engrams to tell us what to do in a society that has created social roles far beyond the ken of our little heads. The problem I see is that there's a double standard, triple, quadruple. There's an expectation of how people should act and an expectation of how they will act. And that colludes people. It says you are the same as other people. You are not what you are individually, the thing that is you, that is completely unique, that there is no one else of. That unique, rare, and majestic you. That is not what you end up with when people are treated as though the things they're told, like be a man, or whatever, get drunk more. You should stop caring about that thing. Whatever you're told to do. If you believe that those are the things that make someone who they are, that these imprints are so powerful that your actual self gets overruled by what noise is happening around you. That's what it is. And I don't see anywhere in culture of masculinity that says, take what other people say and make it your problem. But I'm hearing a lot from a lot of different places that taking what other people say and making it your problem is what everyone is doing all the time, and especially men or boys, really, boys. What is projected onto them, they're just going to pick up. And then the mask is this thing that, oh, you're hiding because you're told you should hide and you've constructed. No, it's to protect yourself because showing emotion or doing anything that resists what you're being told to do by whoever is hard. You need some valor. You need the courage to say, everyone is going to resist me for doing this, but I'm going to do it anyway. And then you do it anyway. And people are mean to you then. Really mean. It's terrible. But you keep doing it. And if there was a piece of masculine culture, something that I have seen as well, as well represented in women as men, which any part of masculine culture, something that's working with stereotypes and archetypes, has to address. Because masculine and feminine ideologically arose from a notion of polarity. And it's been a pretty short period of time that man has meant men. A more rigidly biologically structured world where the social roles were a reflection of the whole of a society. The rules applied not to the individuals, but to the lineage, to the genera. Now, rules are applied to the individual. And it's a lot less inclusive. There are a lot more ways to feel like you are left out, because being the thing that everyone is got a lot harder because you're taking an average instead of from 100 people, all of whom you're closely related to everyone. And you want it to be everyone. You can try to cloister yourself and say that, well, you're just going to stick with these 100 million people, 50 million people, 10 million people, 1 million people. But I think that gets you at best racism, and at worst, I don't know. It doesn't get you anything good, is what I'm saying. So the only mask that's there is one that says, I'm totally a person that can't exist. Right? Someone who doesn't care about anything that anyone else says. Someone who is like everyone in exactly the same way. And this has value. I get really mad because people have this idea of the impersonal, universally compassionate person. But no examples. Which I would blame sexism for. You don't see examples of people, you see men and women and children. Until the social roles that we fill in our society are independent of age, they will not be independent of sex. The two are related. Our society will never stop caring about age. It cares about it differently than it used to. You can play the role in one person's life. That isn't you. You can be something for someone else that is an artifact of the way you happen to fit together, having come from very different places, trying to share some experience, trying to live on the same planet. But if you want a reciprocal, open connection with someone, if you want to not just have your experience of them and have them have their experience of you, but you want to really share something, commensurate experience, where what you're feeling is what everyone is feeling, then you don't go to that far average place where everyone is the same. Everyone is the same. You see people where they are, and they see you. Doesn't mean it will be fun. It doesn't mean it will be nice. Our biology plays a part in this. Anxiety is very common. The same feelings that once were there to tell you you're in danger, you're going to be eaten by something big. Something that's going to eat you. Those feelings are getting used for something because we have them. There's a use, adaptation, but we view each other as threats. And the portrayal of a threatening character as male takes power away from really little ones. It takes power away from anyone who doesn't really pay attention to sexual dimorphism as the like the average distinguishing feature if you want to identify an upright biped beyond them being an upright biped. If you're a little one, you're just looking at how big they are and that they're bipedal. And so the threateningness gets all over everybody. All over everybody. I see a lot of worry about, oh, what are we doing to the boys, the men, they're in crisis. Everyone is in crisis. If you think that you are somehow free from the uh, bondage of masculine culture affecting your behavior in the exact same way that it affects men, you're deluded. We're in this together. We're people. You don't ever find a people. There's only one. We came to that agreement. We have to do it a lot more if we want to connect with people. It's not just I am related to everyone because we are all one. It's I'm related to you because we are one.